I want to become the best player in Master Duel.
I did it.
So I'm using the best decks in history to try and get there.
Don't negate it.
Welcome
I don't understand. I've never fought this deck.
to Master Duel Champion. Hello once again, friends and enemies, and welcome back to Master Duel Champion. Today's episode, we hopefully have a little bit more of a fun episode for you here. We are doing the 2005 World Championship deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at the deck list here so we can get into the game. Alright, so here we have the 2005 first place world champion Miltiadis Marku deck, the Nephthys Metamorphosis Chaos deck. Now, it's not going to be too dissimilar from the 2004 deck, but hopefully we can make it pop off a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get into the deck list here. So here we have Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. We've got Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys, one copy of Jinzo, one copy of Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, Azura Priest, Blade Knight, Breaker the Magical Warrior, Tribe Infecting Virus, Apprentice Magician, Tsukiyomi, DD Warrior Lady, Sanguine, Hand of Nephthys, Morphing Jar, two copies of Magician of Faith, and Sinister Serpent for our monsters. Our deck spells consist of Premature Burial, Snatch Steel, Brain Control, Enemy Controller, two copies of Nobleman of Crossout, Pot of Greed, Heavy Storm, Mystical Space Typhoon, Graceful Charity, two copies of Book of Moon, two copies of Metamorphosis, two copies of Scapegoat, Delinquent Duo, and Swords of Revealing Light. And finally, for the traps of the deck, we've got Call of the Haunted, Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction, Torrential Tribute, Bottomless Trap Hole, and Royal Decree. It looks like our deck's going to kind of rely on Metamorphosis to go ahead and get out our Fusion deck, so let's go ahead and move down to our Fusion deck. Now, I do want to state that the Fusion deck here says 25 cards. Every other deck list I see says that there were only 3 cards in the extra deck, and that's the 3 Thousand Eyes Restricts that you see right there. Since this is the Road of the King website, I'm inclined to believe that this is the correct deck list. So I'm going to go ahead and go over it as I can, and we'll see. I'll try and cross-reference it to see if there's something wrong here. That being said, for our extra deck, we've got 3 copies of Thousand Eyes Restrict, we've got 2 copies of Flame Ghost, Dragoness the Wicked Knight, 2 copies of Dark Flare Dragon, 2 copies of Dark Balter the Terrible, 2 copies of Fiend Skull Dragon, Reaper on the Nightmare, Guilty of the D Knight, 2 copies of Ryu Senshi, 2 copies of Dark Blade the Dragon Knight, 1 copy of Dark Flare Knight, 1 copy of Sandwich, 1 copy of Ajama King, 2 copies of The Last Warrior from Another Planet, and 2 copies of Gatling Dragon. This is going to be an interesting deck. Alright, so here is the deck in its base form before we go ahead and find those replacements. First deck of the series so far to not have any monsters needed to be replaced. Yippee! Next thing to note is that all of the replacements are going to be spell cards, and as expected, but as I hoped wouldn't be the case, Metamorphosis is a banned card, so we are going to have to find a replacement to Metamorphosis, which might be a little bit hard. Other than that, as you can see, I've gone ahead and cut down the extra deck to 15, which is perfect because it perfectly fits 1 copy of every single card on the deck list in the Road of the King website. So we're going to go ahead and take a look in the database, see if we can find a replacement of Metamorphosis, because that's kind of the key card for this deck. So let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, here we go, the final version of the deck. We went ahead and made our replacement cards, so I'll go ahead and go over the replacements that we already know about, and then I'll talk about Metamorphosis. So, we've replaced, as always, Premature Burial with Overdone Burial, Snatch Steel is instead Mind Control, Triple Tactics takes the place of Pot of Greed, Harpy's Feather Duster takes the place of Heavy Storm, of course, Hand Destruction takes the place of Graceful Charity, and Furin Kazan, as much of a hassle as it is to use, does take the place of Delinquent Duo. Now, for Metamorphosis, it was kind of hard to figure out exactly what I wanted to do to replace this card. I took a look and there were not any spell cards that did anything close to what Metamorphosis does as good as it does. So I decided to split the two Metamorphosi that we have up into two different cards, and those are Cyberstein and Instant Fusion. Hopefully I can get my Cyberstein to get out my Last Warrior or my Ojama King, essentially, and then Instant Fusion I can use to bring out something that might just help me for the turn. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this deck does in our ranked. Let's go ahead and start off strong. We're going to start with the swords. There we go. Ultimate setup. Try and beat this, bro. It is important to note that I am in gold tier 5, so based on the decks that gold tier 5 players usually use, I might be able to actually get away with something here. Stellar Knight. Okay. You know what? Just to stop your little thing that you're doing here. Alright, never mind. See, if I were smart, I would Book of Moon, Magician of Faith. Wait a second, that wouldn't be a smart move. Let's go ahead and Royal Decree him. Take this, you little piss. Ah, the dreaded Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring comes out to play. Oh, you're gonna Synchro Summon, aren't you? No? No Synchro Summon? Maybe in your main phase 2. Well, can't use my Mirror Force, but I can destroy your card. Now, if only I had another Book of Moon. The one thing that sucks about this deck, which is why I'm kind of glad that I put Cyberstein in here, is that this deck doesn't have a lot of monsters. Alright, what are you doing? I don't think any of these are tuners. You can be Xyz summoning. You can also be Link summoning. There we go. There it is. Ah! I see. Oh, he sent my... Fuck! He sent my... Fuck! It's unaffected by my card effects, which means I don't think Mirror Force can work on it. And Swords is definitely not going to work on it. I am now on a time limit. I hope I draw... Oh, fuck. Okay. How much is Dark Balter? What can help me right now? Right, I'm a little messed up on what to do right now. I can't do shit. I'm gonna wait until I can do shit before I play Instant Fusion. Which probably won't be before this match ends. Fuck. Well, he's gonna get rid of my Instant Fusion, so that's cool. Instant Fusion is gone forever. Just to get rid of something. He's waiting it out. Wait. I think I have... Fuck. He finally figured out that he could attack. Hear ye, moron plays Royal Decree and doesn't fucking think about it. This is a last-ditch effort. There we go. Loving it. So obviously I was being not smart in that duel. Because I should have been using Royal Decree as a last resort. Although I guess... Whatever. Especially after I drew Mirror Force, I should not have used Royal Decree. And that was on me. But let's go ahead and go again and see what we can get. We are first once again, baby. We went and drew into Royal Decree. I'm going to set it down, but this time I'm going to make sure that if I'm using it, I can use it correctly. I'm going to have to risk Tribe Infecting Virus for the team. We're playing a Herald deck. Stop asking me about Royal Decree. I don't want to play it. Okay, I think I can tribe infecting right now. We'll get rid of overdone burial. We're not going to use it. Aha. This time I was prepared. Let's go. Deal some damage. That's how we do, baby. That's how we do. So far, the only thing this guy's done is made me want to pee. Try and get past my goats, kittens. I'm not gonna be having you slandering my good name, kid. I'm gonna take your freaking monster. That was probably not the move. Titanic lad. I don't think I've ever faced a Dogmatica deck or an Albaz deck that actually had this card in it yet. Uh-oh. Salamanders. Ugh. Hopefully my scapegoats let me live out for a little bit. There he is. Alright, what else do I have? Last Warrior will not help me at this point. I can attempt to play Gatling Dragon. If I can get Gatling Dragon to do its job, if I can... Fuck. Alright, that's game, I think. I think that's game. I don't see a way around this. Oh no. Albaz players really be off the shits, huh? Albaz Dogmatica players. Out here with all your combos. Oh no. What will happen? Yeah, I don't really want to keep paying attention. I just kind of want this dude to win. Beat me! Do it! Please don't attack in like a stupid way. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so there we go. That's gonna do it for this episode of Master Duel Champion. I would do a third duel, but that last duel took so much out of me. That was like a 30-40 minute duel. I've been sitting here the whole time just watching that person combo off. So far, the 2005 deck is fine. It does have its flaws without Metamorphosis, which is understandable because Metamorphosis is a crazy card. Metamorphosis and Magical Scientist, but mostly Metamorphosis. If either of these cards were even at 1, they would be abused so hard. But yeah, weirdly enough, I feel like the 2005 deck didn't really do that much comparatively to the 2004 deck. So far, the 2004 deck is my favorite to have played with in this series. And I got like 14 more years to go. And then by the time I hit 2019, this year's World Championship will probably have happened. If it's still happening, I don't remember if they decided to cancel it or not. Anyway, that is it for the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know how you felt about this video, how you felt about the deck that I built. If you feel like I could have made it better, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as you possibly could. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, drink your water.